Welcome in today's video. So today we'll see the code for the Apollo 11 mission. So this particular mission was responsible for taking the first man to the moon. And yeah, you guessed it right. This was responsible for taking the Neil Armstrong to the moon. So if you ask me where does we get this code? So this code was made to public in 2016 by a former NASA intern named Chris Gary. Now, to understand the code, we have to understand the working of a spacecraft. So, this particular spacecraft consists of two parts. One was the command module, and another was a lunar module. So, the role of the lunar module was to actually land on the moon and taking the astronauts on the surface of the moon, while command module will stay in the orbit of the moon. So, these are the two parts of the spacecraft. So, what does the code do? The code was actually a piece of code for the AGC. AGC is a calculator looking like device which was installed in both in lunar module and a command module. So now if you ask me who wrote this code was written by a MIT professor named Margaret Hamilton and her team. She was like, you must have seen this particular picture before. A lady standing in a front of pile of books or a code. So this code was actually the code for the NASA only, which she wrote for the Apollo 11 mission. Okay, now we'll see the code, like how the code works and the basically the way it is written and the overall language. So this code was 100% written in assembly language only. So if I give you a basic definition of assembly language is a language which directly contacts with the hardware of the computer, which is likely to be fast, right? Because in the modern languages we can see their compiler, interpreter, then they contact with the hardware of the computer. But assembly language directly contacts with the hardware of a computer, which make it really fast. Now we see the various part of the code. You can see the two parts of the code for the AGC, which was installed in command module, and one is for the lunar module. Now you can see the repository for the lunar module, the directory for the lunar module, various files which are all assembly files and responsible for each and every individual component of a spacecraft, or you can guess like whatever it is based on the names given to them. So there are very interesting names given by the programmers to the code. One of the thing which I want you to notice is this particular file named burn baby burn. So yeah, you can see that the name itself is a funny, which we usually don't use in a modern programming languages, right? Because we focus on like code quality, which generally don't allow us to use such names, right? So I think so like by guessing of the name, this piece of code might be responsible for the ignition of the burners or things like that. Yeah, you can see the comments also in this code. Like the above source code has been transcribed, or like I think so. This is not related to the working of the code, but yeah, basically the license and all. And another thing which I want you to notice is like this. So those who follow Shakespeare must have has been like familiar with this particular act, that is Henry VI Act 2 Scene 4. So if you don't know, this is a very famous act of a Shakespeare, and you can see this is written inside a code for the NASA's Apollo mission. Now you must be thinking what could be the mentality of the programmers who were writing this code. Like they were enjoying writing the code, right? So yeah, like, or one other thing which I want you to notice is like that is 666. This is inside a file named Lunar Landing Guidance Equation. So according to the name, I think so we can guess like this was responsible for the landing guidance of the like when the lunar module is about to land on the surface of the moon. Then this particular piece of code might be useful, and yeah. So, but yeah, thing to notice is like this. Like you must have heard that 666 number is a superstitious number, like it is a unlucky number. You can see numero mysterio, a comment after this particular number, like a mysterious number representing there is something odd about this number. Yeah, and there are many further comments also. You can explore the whole code base. And one of the more thing which I want to show you is like this. This is the lunar landing AGC, and if you see on the line 554, off to the wizard. This off to the wizard is a famous reference from an old movie, right? So I think so the piece of code itself represents the mentality of the whole programmers, or how easy they were while writing the code, unlike in the today's programming world, right? So this is overall review of the overall experience of my code base reviewing. Like, I found this particular comments which is unlikely to be seeing them here in the official NASA code, but yeah, they are here. And yeah, if you like, if you want to explore, you can explore the whole code base. You will find the various other comments like this only. Like, here we find the Shakespeare, here we find the reference of a movie. I didn't like really much go inside the command module part, code of part, but yeah, you can comment me down. Like, you can explore the whole code base, and please do comment like what extra did you find, like which is amusing, or we can say the code itself give a glimpse of the programmer's headspace. Yeah, so please feel to check out this code, and yeah, please do let me know in the comments if you found something else interesting than this, and I'll give you the repo link in the description. You can explore it. And yeah, that is for today's video. Thanks for watching.